video, I'm going to be turning one of my song ideas from one of my YouTube shorts into a full song. So if you want to see how it turns out, then stick around to the end. Okay, but first I need a coffee. Coffee in hand. First thing I need to do is decide which YouTube short of mine I'm going to use for this video. So let's just have a quick look. Okay, so I think I'm going to use the one that I literally just posted today. Okay, let's go right into it. Okay, here I am. So I'm just going to explain what I've got already. So, I have a bass, which this is what I started with. Just that kind of idea. And then... Hi, this is Future Matt. So just a warning for the rest of the video. There's a little bit of clipping.
Clipping is a form of waveform distortion that occurs when an amplifier is overdriven and attempts to deliver an output voltage or current beyond its maximum capability.
From the computer sound. Ignore that. Okay, back to me. I recorded the piano, which is this. That was the idea. I added some percussion in. Doubled the bass with the low note on the piano. So if you combine those two, you hear that the low note on the piano is played by the bass as well. And then you add them all together and you get this. Etc. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the next bit, so because I don't like creating ideas too fully formed because it makes it hard to make the next bit. So I'm thinking that this is kind of a verse, maybe a pre-chorus here, we'll see. I'll come up with some other piano idea that works with it, and I will fast forward through this, so I'll be back. Okay, so here's the idea. In the chorus, I like it to be, when it's a rhythmic pattern like this, I like it to be kind of like more elongated, because then it shows contrast when you go back into the verse. Hopefully you'll see what I mean once I've recorded it. But the idea is kind of something like... something like that, so I'll just record that. Okay, so what I've done is I have doubled up what I played, because I only played half of it, there's no point in playing it all. And I've also added the verse pre-chorus back in on the end, so you can hear the difference after the chorus between the elongated notes and the short notes. I think it's pretty funky. I might just change that last chord just so it's different at the end. Okay, so I put everything in place and I put it in classic song form, strophic form, which is intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, then bridge, which I haven't done yet, and then the chorus is to finish. So let's make something with the bridge. What I'm going to add is just something quite low down to add some contrast to what we've already had. Okay, at the moment there's kind of nothing special. I've literally added 3 instruments, a piano, a bass, and some drums. But we have an outline of the full track, and that currently is just over 2 minutes, which means we're probably missing something from some area, because normally when you put it in this format, it's 3 minutes plus. So, I'm just going to have a listen through, see what I feel like it's missing, and then we'll start layering it out, maybe adding some other instruments, making it sound thicker, mixing it, the rest of it. There we go. Sorry, there's a lot of fast forwarding through this. I'm just trying not to make it boring. Okay, so what I've done is I've doubled the chorus at the end, because that's normally what happens. And I've done this outro, which is the same as the intro. And it also has, when I was talking earlier about the chorus going back into the verse, and it having like sharp effects going from the long notes to the short notes, you kind of get the same at the end, but it's more pared down now. Well, it will be once I've built out the track. I don't know, make it sound cool. So this is what the end sounds like now. There you go. You've got to kind of think of this like a painting artist. It's kind of the same thing. So you're just getting a sketch down. You've got to put something down, anything, and then you can make it sound good later. Okay, so I've done a couple of things there. I've added a synth, just playing this chorus part. Synth pad just to thicken it out, and then I've taken away some of the length of the notes for this. Just so there's a link between the chorus and the verse. I've also added an extra part of the verse because there was only one, because half of it's used for this introduction, which I think should be separate. Another trick I'm going to do, get a drum kit, make sure that's quantized, bounce it in place, reverse it, lead that into the chorus. I know a lot of people do this, but unmute this and put that on the chorus, so you've got a reverse crash going into a crash. Just adds a bit of impact. Okay, time for a break. A break where the dog annoys me. So there's a dog. So at this point, I've got to try and decide whether I'm going to add some vocals and some lyrics. I am not a singer, I'm a pianist, which means I'd rather not, but sometimes it's hard to come up with a way of the song making sense without adding some singing, because that's what the ear is drawn to. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. We'll soon find out. Okay, and we are back. Okay, let's see where we're at. Just going into the chorus in the pre-chorus in order to make it bridge the gap between this synth and this synth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sidechain it, may work, may not, to the bass drum. Okay, so I've added the sidechain. I'll play that for you now. I think it sounds pretty cool. I haven't listened to it with the rest of it, but this is what I've got. So a sidechain is where the gain drops. It gets the synth gets compressed every time that, because I've set it for the kick drum. Every time the kick drum is played, it compresses the synth, so you get like a dip in volume every time there's a kick drum. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can change the cutoff of the synth so that it starts to sound like it's expanding as we head towards the chorus. I'm just going to play that through from the verse so you can hear. It starts to sound like it's expanding. I've also automated the volume, so by the time you get to the chorus it sounds like there's something, I don't know, it sounds like you've arrived somewhere. Good. Now I'm just going to add a reverse crash going into the verse again, so that it sounds like it's lifting up, going to go somewhere, and then it's stopped. What I've done is I've added just some kind of melody. Still not sure whether that's going to be words or whether I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'll probably leave it as it is. But just to see what effect that has, I've added a metal shaker into the chorus and into the second verse and pre-chorus. Taken it out for the bridge just to change the sound a little bit. I'm still going to do more to it to change the sound, but this is what it sounds like. There you go. Okay, let's add some more. I've added some extra stuff to the melody. Something a bit more high end, so it feels a bit more like it's going somewhere. And then I've also added the piano to the second part to give it a bit more of a like oomph. It's come a long way from where it was. you can probably see, it's the next day. Today's the day we're going to finish this song. But first I'm going to go for a coffee, so I will be right back. Okay, so while we're here, on our way for a coffee, I thought I'd just talk through the plan of action for today. So most of the song's down. I'm not entirely happy with the main melody line that we've got going through the song, so I'm going to change that, or at least edit it, make it sound different in some way. I also think the second verse needs to be changed more. It needs to change somehow. The difference in texture between the verse and the chorus I'm not entirely happy with, so I'm going to change that somehow as well. And then it needs mixing, it needs mastering, it needs some reverb and some delay and some effects putting on it, you know, the usual stuff. And then when it's mastered, we'll be finished. So hopefully I can get all that done today. We'll see. Okay, so back, coffee in hand. So I'm just going to give it a quick listen and then we'll get straight into it. Okay, this seems like as good a time as any to stop and explain what I've done. So, what I've done is I've added an extra track to the melody in the verse, both times, actually, with that high-pitched sound that I used for the chorus, which is this one. So I've double-tracked that with what was there before. But I've automated it so that the cutoff changes for all of them, and for the second time I've left. So I've changed the cutoff for the two verses. I've added an extra track into the middle part of the second verse area just to add some sort of difference, which is I've added this middle synth part that was in the pre-chorus. I've added it into the verse as well, but I've kept the cutoff down. And I've also automated the volume for the pre-chorus bits. It sounds like it's raising. Just to give the mix something to sit on. I've also changed the volumes of everything, and I've also added a load of stuff to the stereo out, which I did before, just to make it sound like a fuller mix, and then it gets it closer to studio ready. Okay, and I think we're pretty much there, so I will pass back over to me. Well, if you made it this far, thank you very much. And if you could smash a like on this video, that would be great. And even better if you want to subscribe. I will hopefully be doing more videos like this. And I will put this song out in the next couple of days so you can see the final product in its entirety. But hopefully this has been useful for anyone wanting to have a go at turning a musical idea into something a bit bigger. Yeah, and that's it. So I'll see you next time.